Okay, I'm with John Jeckovich. We're reading his book, Their Mother's Son. It's on July 7th, 2024. We're on segment 3 of today. Segment 3, page 184. We're finishing up chapter 7, Overseas and Beyond. At this point, Mr. Jeckovich is in Wales. He's getting ready to go to the front line to fight, but they still have more training to do on Wales before he's shipped over to the Battle of the Bulge, and they're giving them, I guess, a couple weeks of a furlough where he can go into town and dance with and meet the townspeople, which all greeted them very warmly. So now, at the ending of chapter 7, he met some young lady named Jean Young, and of the time he had left in Wales, they hit off a great relationship with her and her family. And Jean Young is one of the 3 girlfriends Mr. John Jeckovich had during his 4 years.
She's about 27 years old.
What's that?
She was about 27 years old.
During his 4 years of service. And interesting enough, we accounted for the first 2. We talked to the first girlfriend, which was Ann Mayhem, and she was in Owensboro. We talked to her about 4 years ago. And then one of his closest girlfriends in Paris, her name was Renee, a nun, and then not a nun, and then went back to the monastery. It was a convoluted act. She became in the French resistance once the Germans killed her father and her brother, and later Anne was killed and tortured. And so we know about 2. The last one we don't know about, we're starting to read about now, is Jean Young in Wales. And we met a fine gentleman. What was that fine gentleman's name in Paris? Paris? The gentleman.
Jean Mark Jean?
Say that again, please.
John Mark.
Look it up. We met a fine gentleman in Paris. That's not too far from Haverfordwest, and he's a great man.
He has a house there.
What's his name, please? And he's been a great help. He's been trying to locate the Young family that lived in the center of town of Haverfordwest, and he's been keeping us posted weekly. So that's the only stone that's unturned, is Jean Young. Anne's been found and discussed. Renee's been shot and killed. So we're still looking for Jean Young. The name, please. And interesting enough, the Daily Mail, which has a huge circulation in London, England, did a full-page story, front page, on Mr. John Jeckovich about his time in Wales and meeting with the Young family, and
They had no success.
And had no success. And that has a big circulation of about 800,000. So, if anyone listening knows...
Jean Mark is his name.
Say it again, please.
Jean Mark.
I can't hear you. Say it to me.
Jean Mark.
Jean Mark. Is that the full name?
His last name is, I don't want to give his last
Jean Mark, we're not going to give his last name now, but he's hot on the trail trying to find a Young family. And as I said, the Daily Mail, big circulation, 800,000, put the feelers out, and we still haven't found a Young family in the town of Haverfordwest.
But this is Jean Mark that
Here's a picture of a gentleman that is working for us out there. He's out there every day working.
he's been looking for that Young family.
A wonderful man.
Oh.
Yeah.
A wonderful man.
This guy, yeah.
A wonderful man. So furthermore, if anyone listening has any idea of the Young family, 1944, Haverfordwest, maybe you could tell us a little bit more about the family to give us some more clues. Was the father a mayor?
Yeah.
Was the father of the mayor, John?
I'll do this. I'll do it.
Okay.
Is there anything else you could add about the Young family?
No, no.
Okay. What we wrote about it, what the newspapers wrote about it, it's good
Yeah.
enough. Okay. All right. So we're finishing up on chapter 7. We had a little time for small talk. This is when you're first meeting Jean. And Jean Young, this is the one, that's the puzzle. We can't find Jean Young or his family, or her family. There's someone out there. I'll tell you that right now. We'll find her family.
Must be a lot of Youngs there.
Yeah, but we will. We had a little time for small talk, and it took all my powers of concentration for my dancing, following my companion and still trying not to be too clumsy and left-footed. Finally, when the number was completed, I escorted her to the bar and something to drink. We both agreed upon soda. Was the soda warm also?
Oh, yeah. They don't have refrigerators.
As we sat at one of the tables, she told me her name was Jean, and then I made the remark that we're the two J's, and my first name was John. She liked the comparison, and she acknowledged it with a smile and crossed her legs and sipped on her soda. Lip over the table kept gawking and smiling at me as I was wanted part of the action, as he wanted part of the action. I was a little perturbed at his behavior, and when the music started up again, I asked Jean if she would care to dance. She got up and walked over to the dance floor. Luckily, it was a slow foxtrot and something that I could handle. I felt strange holding someone else besides Anne, as all the old positions somehow did not mesh or felt awkward and inept. As we danced, I found myself concentrating on what she was saying, as it was difficult to comprehend parts of her speech. It was all due to a thick Welsh accent, as many of her words and phrases had different meanings and connotations from what I was familiar with. I was fascinated with her accent and thought it was most worldly and sophisticated.
Look at, I just found something interesting on the internet.
But don't override me.
I'm not. That looks like the yearbook of his whole company. We'll talk about later.
Yeah, talk about it later. Order it if you have to.
It's too much.
Oh, huh?
It's like $350.
Talk about it later. Let me do my chapter.
Okay.
How many minutes?
22.
All right. We're on chapter 8 now. That's Jean, which is Jean Young, Sonnetas and Bombers. We're on page 185, speaking with World War II veteran John Jeckovich. Hey, this chapter here, we need your dog tag numbers to
Sure.
proceed. Your dog tag number, sir.
And dog tag number 420965.
That's the code. Let's start reading. Chapter 8. Jean was bright, shiny personality and just the right amount of reserve to make her interesting, different from anyone I've ever known. She worked in her father's office doing secretarial tasks, and although she was intelligent, did not go to upper school, college, she was the only child and had no driving aspirations to join the Army or the WWII, WAAF, to help with the war. She also casually mentioned that some of her relatives had been killed in the bombing of London. London got devastated.
Oh, yeah.
London got devastated. But they missed the churches, which was one of the positive things. She had a diminutive, attractive figure, but not as stunning as Anne's. I thought she did not dress as smartly as Anne, which I thought was one of no consequence. Jean was sincere, well-mannered, nor defensive at all when we learned that she did not drive or even had a driver's license. She rode her bicycle to get around to where she wanted to go and thought nothing of riding her bicycle to work or even to church. Her father drove on rare occasions, but as the gasoline was in shortage. So most of the people in Haverfordwest Their mode of transportation was bicycle.
Yeah.
Not unusual. We danced.
Gas was the shortest too.
Yeah, rationed, yeah. We danced and talked as the evening progressed, and I was glad I had met her. She was interesting, a good listener, and most of all, she appeared to be completely relaxed and uninhibited when she would talk about mostly her genuine love for Wales and her family life. She had no great ambition to go to the States and wanted nothing more to eventually raise her family right here at Haverfordwest. So she knew what she wanted.
Yeah.
Like many people go, I want to move out of this city, I want to go to that city, and the list goes on and on and on. But this lady knew what she wanted. She loved Haverfordwest as a young lady, and she was smart enough to realize that at a very early age. Many people can't do that. As it band became to play their final and closing number for the evening, as I listened to Jean, I was somewhat distracted by my own thoughts. It was only proper and gentlemanly, I thought, to walk her home, wherever that might be. There was no available transportation, and there was a blackout in effect outside. I did not see Leip anywhere about, and I did spot Fig. He gave me a thumbs up as he escorted his lady friend out of the front entrance of the auditorium. I took my cue from Fink, which actually without actually saying anything. I commenced to walk out of the front entrance with Jean. We talked about something trivial. We reached the outside. It was totally dark with no lights anywhere. Jean realized my dismay and remarked rather nonchalantly, "Lucky it's not raining. The walk will do us good."
Yeah.
A lot of rain in Haverfordwest.
Yeah.
A lot of rain.
All right, I gotta go pee, guy.
Okay, hold on a second.
All right.
Just press your button. Just a second. Just a second. Let me figure out what the hell to do with this camera. Hold on a second.
Where's my keys?
I got them right here. Just hold on a second. Let me get this organized.
Where you going?
All right. Let me get you there. Did you press your button?
Yeah, I did.
All right. I'm gonna lift this up. I'll wait for you here once I get you there. Put your feet up.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, go ahead.
I'll wait for you here.
Haverfordwest.
What a place, huh? Sounds nice. I want you to only shave once a week.
Huh?
Shave only once a week. This 3 times a week is not right.
What?
Just
Here?
shave once a week.
Here?
Yeah, once a week. That's all.
Here, come here, you mean?
When you shave, only shave once a week.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, that thing is bleeding.
No, you're fine. There she is. I'm gonna be waiting.
There you
I'm
are.
gonna be waiting for my dad in the room there. We're gonna read
Okay.
some more.
All right.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That won't bother you, his microphone, right?
Oh, no.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
That's 9 o'clock.
No, it's 8:38. It's almost 9. Right. Let me cut and then off. Yeah. Right.
Time out. We got some things we gotta do here. Time out. Shut it down.